bitches, and this time with a new podcast. So let's go ahead and get into it. So my name is Courtney Lee Chinsley, and I used to co-host Two Basic Housewives. And I've missed it. I've missed collaborating with my friend, but I've definitely missed podcasting. So I'm here with a new podcast. So welcome to Riot and Rogue Journal, the podcast. Now, what is Riot and Rogue Journal, the podcast? It is an extension of Riot and Rogue, which is the makeup brand that I am launching later this year. And it's an extension of Riot and Rogue Journal, which is a blog I have on WordPress. So you should probably check that out. Just saying. Sometimes I feel like the written word just isn't great enough. And I'm sure I will get a lot of heat for that. But I feel like sometimes context is lost. Sometimes things just need to be verbalized. So that is kind of where this podcast comes in. Now, is everything that I blog going to be on this podcast? No. Am I going to blog what I talk about on this podcast? Yeah, probably. So it's just kind of going to be like a combination of the two. So today's episode, launch episode, whatever you want to call it, we're going to talk about some trends that I have been seeing just kind of out in the world. I do tend to like Pinterest predicts at the first part of the year just to kind of see what Pinterest is predicting out there. And I mean, I'm on TikTok a lot, so I mean, there's nothing but trends on there. But actually, I did forget. So one thing that I did on Two Basic Housewives is Kai and I always started with what's in your cup. And today it's what's in your shaker cup. So I probably will still do that because even though these shouldn't be too long, I do like to talk. Though, but, you know, I don't know. I just wanted to give you a little piece of me. So what's in my shaker cup today? It's from Caffeine, Chaos, and Candles. And the flavor I have is Grandpa's Roast. It's a bourbon and maple sugar flavored loaded coffee. It's got vitamins C, B12, B6, and D. It's got collagen. The coffees have protein, which is freaking awesome. It's got like 10 grams of protein. I just mixed mine with water, so it's not super exciting today. But this flavor, ooh, I think I added a little bit too much water because I just dumped a water bottle in here. Just delicious. Like, it is so good. So yeah, so that is what is, ooh. So apparently I can zoom in. Well, that's exciting news. So if you actually are watching this, yeah, I just learned that I could totally zoom in and didn't even realize it. Probably might have heard a little zzz because I forgot to mute my phone. So I do apologize for that if that does pop up on the audio. So let's go ahead and talk about some trends. We're going to start with what I've been seeing on Pinterest, or at least what Pinterest predicted. And I have seen some of these popping out. No shade to my clean makeup girlies, but colorful makeup is making a huge comeback, and I'm not even mad. I'm not upset about it in any way, shape, or form, because no matter how many times I tried to do a clean girl look, unless I was just doing something basic like what I wear to work or what I wear on set, it wasn't happening. It was almost a full glam. And so I'm just very excited to have colorful makeup coming back. I know they've said, like, you know, 2016 is back. I've got pink hair again, which is something I had back then. That was also really popular in 2016. So, I mean, I'm kind of jumping on that as well. I feel like eyebrows have gotten just a scotch thinner this year as well, which, I mean, I've always had kind of like thinner, sparse eyebrows. So, like, I'm not even, it's basically what I have. I have to really draw them on to make them full. So it works for me. Other ones that I've been seeing is, and this is probably just me, and it's probably an aesthetic that I just really like. So I do happen to notice it. It tends to be what pops up on my feed on TikTok, is that whole vamp and opera aesthetic. The rich reds and like all shades of red. So you've got like your deep, rich oxblood reds that really work for the opera aesthetic, and those rich, I don't want to say bright reds, but just true toned reds that really work for that vampire aesthetic slash like goth kind of vibe. The browns, the golds, the creams really work into the opera aesthetic, and then adding your blacks pull in that like that vamp. I actually did a look on YouTube, so you should probably check that out. I combined the two, and it ended up, when I did that, it ended up really being my aha moment for the vibe that I want for Riot Rogue Cosmetics. And you would think the fact that I have been working on this project for damn near a year, like actually probably has been over a year, because I think my LLC was official like June 2nd. And I know I did it over Memorial Day weekend last year. So I'd have to say it's damn near a year that I've been working on this project. And yeah, I haven't really known what I wanted the official vibe to be, because I kind of feel like I'm all over the place as a person when it comes to makeup, when it comes to like the aesthetic that I vibe with the most, what I like all those kinds of things. So it was just really kind of like, oh my gosh, what do I do? And when I was first starting out, and I will get more into my process of how Riot Rogue started all the way to where it is now. And I'll do that in a future podcast, but I'll try to paraphrase, but we know I like to talk, and so sometimes that's hard. I felt like I was trying to lean too hard into the aesthetic that or at least the demographic, I should say, that I am going to be selling towards. And it wasn't me. It didn't feel like me. So I changed some colors. I changed my website a little bit in the colors. Like I switched from kind of like brighter reds to like this grayish kind of purple, which is weird because I was never a purple person until my husband. He loves purple. It's his favorite color. It was our color, our two colors for our wedding was black for me and purple for him. And I never realized how much I now incorporate purple until I was coming up with this website. And I was like, I like this one better. And it was, a more of a purple shade. But when I did this look, I was like, oh shit. I think I might have found my vibe. I think I found what I want Riot Rogue to be as a whole. I'll be selling collections, eyeshadow palettes, things like that. And each collection will have its own personality. But like as a whole, when it came to the packaging for the lip products, I was like, what do I want? What do I want? What do I want? And I just couldn't figure it out until I did this look. And I almost feel like I see this look more now, and this kind of like aesthetic more. One, because like I said, it shows up on my TikTok feed because those are the things that I'm liking and that I'm watching. But now more so than ever, now that I've kind of decided on like what my aesthetic is going to be for Riot Rogue. So that is, I feel like, yes, it's a popular trend right now, but I kind of feel like as a whole, like that's always been there. I feel like people have always been very fascinated with vampires and like the darkness, the burgundies, the dark reds, even the bright reds, and then into your like deep dark browns and blacks. So I kind of feel like it's all the time, but we're just kind of bringing it to the forefront, I guess you could say. Back to the colorful makeup. I have been fighting for blue to be a thing and to be a color, at least for like the summer, for a couple of years. Nikki Tutorials brought it up a few years ago, and I was like, yes, queen. Yes, that's what we're doing. I am a sucker for a good blue eyeshadow. It doesn't matter if it is frosty or if it is dark. If it is a pretty color, I want to do it. I want it on my face. And so I have been advocating for blue shadows for a hot minute. And per Pinterest, that is one of the colors of the year. More of a softer blue, not necessarily pastel and not necessarily a frosty blue, but just a soft blue. Because also like that whole like ethereal kind of look, the celestial, like the bright shimmer, iridescent type shades, like that's also kind of popular as well. So that ties into that light blue. But I do feel that we're not talking about green enough. So I'm probably gonna end up doing a reel on that. So you're gonna have to check out the Beast Mode Butte on social media, on TikTok and Instagram, because yes, I love blue. I will always be here for blue, but I feel like we just don't talk enough about green shadows either. And green shadows on darker skin tones is stunning. And I have the evidence to prove and to back up what I say. So check out social media. I'll have to do a reel of that pretty soon. Another trend that they've talked about that I turned again into another YouTube makeup video. My little get readies with me, or get ready with me is not get readies. Get ready with me. It's the, I don't know how to pronounce it. Is it Wilderkind? I don't think Wilderkind is right. I feel like it's Wilderkind. It's very like nature inspired. Think about like, like little baby deers, that cottage core, like that whole kind of vibe. And it works with laced up, which isn't necessarily a makeup trend. It's more of an aesthetic and a clothing trend. But I kind of felt like the two worked together because it's just like the softness. And I almost feel like this could kind of be a beef up from Clean Girl. So like if you wanted to not just do like your basic fresh face, no makeup kind of look, tapping into this aesthetic and this vibe could just kind of enhance it a little bit more. Your greens, your browns, things like that, to just kind of bring out like the nature of a look. And when I did this, because sometimes a girl has got to try to be darker than probably what she is the majority of the time, I did a little bit darker of a twist. I kind of smoked my eye out. I did a little bit darker greens. It's a really, really super cute look. So recommend checking it out. You can search for me, Courtney Hensley, on YouTube, and I've got my Get Ready With Me as well as a couple other series on that channel. Another thing that Pinterest predicted, and again, I don't know if it's because I started searching these things so like I see it more or what, but layering your fragrance for one, but also layering your scents to kind of like create your own personal scent. And this is the reason why I'm not sure if it's just me or if this really is something that's happening. I don't want to say it's a series. It's not a series because it's just something fun. So again, they all just started kind of popping up, and I was really fascinated by Fulton and Rourke and Heretic perfume. And I saw these reels of these people describing these scents, and I was like, holy shit, like those sound really, like really nice, really yummy. So I checked into it, and they have discovery sets. I can order, little tiny samples. So I've done a couple fun things. I've done 4 videos on YouTube, 2 from Heretic, 2 from Fulton and Rourke. It's a blind sniff, blind makeup look. I smell it and I create a look based off of it. There's been, like I know the vampire and opera aesthetic. I did a look, like I blind picked the sample, and I already had a look in mind, and so I did the look and then smelled the perfume and like hoped that it worked, and it was Dirty Vanilla by Heretic. Is that Heretic? Yeah, that's a Heretic one. And it did, because this vanilla was sweet and spicy, and it definitely worked. So again, those are on YouTube. I'm calling them in my scent era because I kind of tapped into Taylor Swift there, even though I'm definitely not a Swiftie. I just thought it sounded cute, so you should check out those videos too. Now let's quick transition over to TikTok. TikTok is always trending. There's something always on there. That's this trend, it's that trend, it's back to this trend, it's this, that, and everything else. So one that seems to be really popular, and I've been doing pretty well on one of them. I don't know what I did, but I'm loving the algorithm right now for it. It's name trends. So makeup based on your first name, your middle name, your last name. I did a makeup look for my first name. I also did an outfit look because at one point picking your outfit based on your name was a trend. So I did that and combined the 2 looks. The middle name look is what is moving pretty well, so you should check that out. I looked up last name, but I don't think I really looked into it too much, and I may or may not. We'll just kind of see, because I technically have 1 last name, but I go by 2 last names, so I'm just like, oh, do I want to try to find makeup for both of these? So I guess we'll see. But also with like that kind of makeup trend, other ones that I'm seeing are doing makeup based on your birth month, based on the birth year of your mom. What are some other ones? Your moon sign. I know I did one for my rising sign a couple years ago, and Virgo's my rising sign, and yeah, that one was spot on, because the look, I mean, honestly, it's kind of what I'm wearing today. A rich brown shadow and kind of a neutrally nude lip. That was what my sign was. I did like a peach toned blush, and I do love a good peach blush. So like, probably should start wearing that instead of like the mauve color I've been wearing. And it's also, it's supposed to be summer. I mean, in Michigan, I'm not 100% sure, but it's supposed to be summer. So I feel like I should kind of step away from my mauve blush right now and do my like peachy toned one, because that just makes a little bit more sense. And that's usually when I transition into a peach blush. Oh my gosh, that is so good. Makeup, I can't think of any other like makeup trends that I've been seeing. It's just those name ones have been like really, really, really super popular. So those seem to be like what is just like popping up like crazy on my feed. I know they've got like, you know, the my coffee trend, which I did today on my way to a makeup gig, but I didn't do it fully. Cause I mean, no shade again, but y'all out here putting way too much syrup in them things. Like half the time it's too much for me in general. Like I have no problem doing sugar free because it's too much. Like how do you guys do it? And not go into like a sugar coma. Oh my gosh. But yeah, so there's that. It's not makeup related, but it is a fun trend. I kind of want to do more things like that. Oh, it was when Stranger Things, the final season was getting ready to air. People were going and, asking their barista to make a drink to like interpret the upside down. And that was fun. So I kind of want to do things like that too. So you might see me talk about some coffee drinks I might have gotten. Hell, maybe I'll even make them myself using some caffeine chaos and candles. Like, I guess we'll see. So I think that is all for today for this first episode. My plan for now is to post at the end of every month or around the end of every month. It might potentially just be one episode a month. We'll kind of see. If you guys want more, if you want to hear more, learn more, want me to talk about more things, let me know and I will do what I can for you. Make sure to check me out, like I said, on my blog on WordPress. You probably search Riot and Rogue Journal. The website should be Riot and Rogue Journal. I think it's .wordpress.com. I don't think there's anything else. Check me out on social media. I have 2 accounts. If you want to keep up on Riot and Rogue, both Instagram and TikTok are Riot and Rogue Coz, C-O-Z. If you want to check me out with more of my like everyday kind of stuff, more makeup looks, as I transition into launching Riot and Rogue, it is going to be more just like makeup swatched based, seeing like a lip color on lips. But if you want to see full looks, and especially as I'm like going about playing with the colors, trying out colors for upcoming releases, you can find me at the Beast Mode Butte, BEAUT. That's also Instagram and TikTok. It's the same one for both. And join the Riot. Check out riotandrogue.com. There is a little spot on there to join the email list for exclusive like pre-sales, sneak peeks into what is going on, to the releases and whatnot. So yeah, make sure that you head over to riotandrogue.com and join the Riot. I think that is all for today. Thanks for hanging out with me while I talk about some trends that I've been seeing so far this year. And I will catch you guys in the next podcast. Have a great day. Bye.